Hey there, good evening. We are going to get to exactly what you want to know in just a moment, talking about the rain thanks to our tropical friend, Invest 98L. But right now, let's talk about what's going on outside. We're still going to have heat to contend with this weekend. This isn't going away just because our rain chances are suddenly looking a lot better than they have been. We're still going to have warm and muggy weather as we go through the overnight, which will make things really get off to a hotter start for the beginning of our Friday. But we are going to get rainfall that will bring a little relief during the afternoon, at least if the forecast stays on track. So a lot of ifs and buts about it. But right now we're sitting in those middle 80s, a little warmer tonight. And again, like I mentioned, it's muggy. So we are not going to feel a whole lot of relief during the overnight as we head through the early morning hours of your Friday. Temperature is going to be near 80 degrees to start things off for the early morning hours. Once that sun rises up above the horizon, it's probably going to bring some showers with it too. Notice we could have some early morning rain around daybreak. It's all depending on Invest 98L and how this evolves. But know that there is still that heat risk, and we are going to be talking about it throughout the weekend. It's Thursday, so we got an update on the drought monitor. Not a huge difference, just more dryness closer to the coast. That alludes to where I'm going with this forecast. Rain coming in the mix, but just want to let you know we still have some of the worst drought in the Lone Star State in our watershed. So we need to get more rain in the watershed to help alleviate that. Enter Invest 98L. At least that's what we've been calling it for the past 2 days. Of course, Aaron still on the Atlantic, not a concern to South Texas, but a lot of buzz with this because it's likely going to be our first hurricane of the 2025 hurricane season here in a matter of hours. No, we're focusing our attention on a group of thunderstorms that is not too far off our coast. You can see some of the satellite imagery here, and so there's a pretty decent chance that there could be some kind of development, maybe a tropical depression, maybe tropical storm, fair none. We don't know yet, but regardless of development, we're going to get some rain from this, and we're going to have a rip current risk along our Gulf-facing beaches. So you want to be careful if you have any plans to be out and about. Again, that rainfall is looking more likely as we head through Friday, probably mid-afternoon into the overnight, especially in the early morning hours of your Saturday. Here's how this looks to play out. The latest model guidance looks to bring this system close to the Rio Grande. And I've put this green blob on here to kind of show you where some of the best rainfall with this system would be if these models are kind of on track. So as the center of this non-center having blob of thunderstorms starts to get closer to South Texas, the rain would be toward that right side, and we could start seeing some of those showers around the middle of the day throughout the afternoon, and of course some of that tapering off during the overnight. It's all going to depend on how this system gets carried by the upper level steering. If it develops more, things are going to be a little slower and we'll have a better rain chance. If it stays weak, it probably won't stick around too long. But either way, hurricane hunters made a flight into the storm earlier today. They have one scheduled for bright and early tomorrow morning, and that will help us understand more about the system. But models are starting to think that there could be a band of rain heading out ahead of this sometime between about 10 a.m. and noon. It would be in the coastal bend. So first batch of tropical downpours. We could see some stuff during the early evening hours. That's going to depend on how that earlier rain pans out. But then the overnight for Saturday, that looks to be a bit messier with some tropical downpours moving across some neighborhoods. Rainfall totals, not great, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch. But you know what? They are great because we need rain here. So we're focusing on this rainy period here over the next 24 to 36 hours. Keep it here with Chris 6 weather experts for all the latest.